Hello and welcome to a new episode of Pat's Chat. Today I have a great guest with me, Anushya Safira. Good morning, Anushya. How are you doing today?
Good morning. I'm good. I'm good. Been awake this morning waiting for your interview session.
Awesome. Well prepared. You're the founder and business
Yes.
owner
Yes.
at Mênê. We come back to that a little bit later. Fashion
Yeah.
and marketing is your main topics. We just discussed about that. You grew up and you're currently in Ipoh, the beautiful Ipoh
Yes.
in Malaysia.
I
Um,
know. Ipoh Mali.
Hope I can come back soon for the great
Yeah.
food you have over there. You
Yeah.
studied fashion and retail. Like, is that a girl's dream, like to do with fashion, or what was your idea?
Well, I don't know whether you would call it a dream. But I've always enjoyed drawing. I think one of the things my mom is basically a businesswoman, so she had to take care of all of us at the same time, run her own business, be a mom, and be a wife and whatnot. So her thing was she's just each and every of us had a pack. So she'll pack us papers, crayons, and stuff. And she doesn't believe in playing games. So I would always have a lot of pen and paper, and I was always sketching. And I never had motion sickness, so I can even draw in the car and stuff like that. So it was something that I enjoyed doing. I doodle a lot. So then my mom realized that I have a knack for it. So then she sent me to art class, and I started learning how to draw human figures and stuff like that. And eventually, when I grew older, I actually enjoyed fashion solely because of my mom also. Um, and then so one day I just told my mom I want to. Okay, honestly, my dad said he every day, because my dad has this thing, I love it because it kind of makes sense. I'm not too sure. I will let you know one day. I don't know. Is that he prays for all of us every single day. He said when you pray, you have to pray loud. You see, because the Lord is really busy and he can't hear you if you pray in silence. So when he
Okay,
prays,
yeah.
the whole house can hear him pray. And we all know what he wants. And when he prays for us and our future and for our well-being, so I pray for all my 7 children to become doctors, 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 doctors. So one by one, we seem to fail him until my youngest brother, he ended up being a doctor. One by one, we all decided architect, graphic designer. And then it came to me, and I'm like, oh, okay, I said, I'll be a doctor. Sure. I'll be a doctor. I said, okay, Dad, I want to be a vet. He's like, what? You want to be a vet? No. So,
how
so
many
then
how many siblings you got?
there's 7 of us.
Oh, seven. It's a huge family.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's really fun. I have like elder brothers, elder sisters. So I'm the one in the middle. So it's just
In the
nice.
middle. Okay, not too
Yeah.
bad.
So
Yeah.
so so he didn't allow me to be a vet. He said, no, I don't want you to be a vet. So then my mom, I said, okay, then the next option is fashion designer. My mom was like, you're gonna be a fashion designer? There's a Chinese saying, it's called lang pun. So it means like it's a cold dish. How are you gonna make money? You can't be drawing and make money. And so she insisted that if you're gonna do a fashion course, you have to learn the business side of it. So when I enrolled into Lim Kok Wing, so we learned the fashion and retail side of business. So
Okay.
yeah.
Interesting. It was interesting. I want to mention that, like, for those wondering, you told me before you're Chindian. For
Yes,
those
yes.
outside Malaysia, this is not a racist term or something like
No,
this.
it's not.
I have to clarify that. It's just like that you're mixed,
Yeah,
mixed,
Chinese and
right?
Indian.
Yeah, Chinese and
Yes,
Indian. Your mother is Chinese. Your
Chinese.
father's
My
Indian.
dad's Indian.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. What is it? I mean, if I can ask you that, what is it that you take as a positive outcome from growing up, like with mixed parents? Because it's not. I mean, in Malaysia, it's not like you don't see it so often. Let me say like this, right? But
Yeah.
anything that you can take from this, like, oh, that is so great to grow up in that mixed family.
Oh, I mean, to be honest, I think I was one of the. I mean, during my time, I mean, right now I think it's a little bit more common. When I was in school, there's not many of us that's mixed. And it was. I'm gonna go back to saying it's all because of my mom. It was a little bit tough because you were different, and even though I'm half Chinese, half Indian, I speak Chinese better than Tamil. I can only order Tamil to save to eat. I
Okay,
can tell the onion what I want to
that's
eat,
good enough. It's
Yeah.
good
And I
enough to
said, don't want
survive,
sugar.
right?
So so I was always very proud. And, I am proud when I can order in Tamil. So, and then my husband just shook his head, I don't know. Yeah. So and my husband is Indian, yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah. Okay,
he
good.
speaks and write in he can speak and write in Tamil, so he's really good. So I'm hoping he can pass on that knowledge to my son, because I think nowadays people don't write in Tamil anymore.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, going back to me with mixed expression, it's a little bit tough. And also I have such a big forehead, if you notice. So then at that time there was this trend to rare fish they call flower horn. So that fish has really huge forehead. So my nickname is flower horn. And my hair, because my mom didn't know how to match, I actually have frizzy hair.
Hmm.
So it looked like, if you know Psych Baba or afro. So I had like an afro. And I was in an all girls school. So that was not pretty. That was not a good thing. And my mom did her best to try to manage my hair. And she's like, you know what, I'm done. Let it go free. And then, so I would get bullied, and I would come home and tell my mom about it. And she was like, instead of making me feel good about myself, my mom was like, look, uh, you were born normal. There's nothing bad, there's nothing abnormal about you. So you can't be fretting about hair and stuff like that, children. So she went on logic. She didn't go like Adam, like, no, it's okay, you're really beautiful, you're the most beautiful girl in the whole world. She never went like that. She went on logic. She's like, we don't grumble about all these things. Your hair is fine. You'll grow. When you grow, you'll find your style. You'll figure out how to deal with it. Okay, I'm a Chinese mom who had a lot of things to do, and I can't be really concerned about how to manage your hair. Okay, I just know how to tie it to a ponytail. That's it. So she basically, you need to learn to like yourself. You don't need someone to validate on who you should be. And that was basically her take on how we should. And I guess that really gave me. So I had to figure out. I had to pretty much look at the mirror and figure out why I like myself first. So if anybody comes back and say bad things about me, I'm like, nah, you're just jealous. You can't get this hair. Your hair is straight. So I just went on that mode, and that's how I survived high school. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I think
Interesting.
children are innocent, but they are
Mm.
also because they're so straightforward with their words and their thoughts, right? I truly don't think they mean harm, but when you're younger, and especially when you have no self-confidence, it does take a toll on you. So
Mhm.
it's good. I mean, I will say this again. My mom didn't enable us to feel like we are any less. So I think that really helped with my self-confidence when I was a lot younger. Yeah.
Mm, yeah, I
Yeah.
see. I see. Not easy. I understand, but well, you made your path. You went on to working as a designer. I think shoes
Yeah.
first, later
Yes.
fashion
I
and
was. Yeah.
dresses.
I started working in a shoe shop, and I learned a thing or two from the owner. And then eventually I went into the fashion, into British India, and then just retail, so forth after that.
Retail,
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of retail. So you did design
Yes.
in that area, but then you made a change. I think that was when the Grand Millennium Hotel in
Uh
KL called you, and
yes.
you made really change from like being designer
Mm,
to marketing.
I
How
know.
did that work out? I mean, marketing was obviously also something that you were interested in, but how would you decide like to make that drastic change, right?
I would always say, like what we discussed earlier, right? I would always say I'm very lucky at different stages in my life. When I was telling you I was getting a little bit restless and a little bit bored, then the director of marketing noticed my capabilities, and he actually spoke to me and said, hey, do you want to switch? Because that's one of the great things about working in hotel. You can switch to different departments, and I feel your talent is wasted within this department. So do you want to try it out? And like I told you, I said when you work in PR and marketing, the people you meet become your friends forever. So I was like, oh, why not? And I was young, so I was like, okay, let's try it out. And then he again hinted, like my mom, you can design anytime, right? If you have a talent, you can design anytime. But marketing and PR is something you build. Then I'm like, oh, all right. So that's actually I again thank him, because whoever I've met during that time in the hotel, we have been friends until now. And to be honest, I think just a few days ago, I just reconnected with someone there. Like we were just talking about the old days and about what we liked and how we connect, why we were so close back then.
Yeah.
And it was weird. I haven't talked to her for many years, and it felt like we stopped there and put a full stop there, then reconnected again. So yeah, I mean, what he said, I'm very thankful for him to pull me into his department and learn everything for him. So yeah.
Okay, awesome, interesting to see that. And you continued your journey as a peer manager. You changed to a Neubodi. It's a
Yes.
Malaysian, a very popular Malaysian lingerie store, I would say, or a company.
Mm,
You changed somewhere in what, 2014, something like that.
2013, yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Good. And what is especially interesting there is like that you have run quite a lot of CSR projects, social responsibility projects, which I found it was worth mentioning. We can talk a little bit about that. Well, it's about the bras, of course,
Mm.
because it's related to that
It's a
company.
lingerie company,
Yeah,
yes.
and well, we can still talk about it. Old Bras for Cash was one of the initiative that you were running,
Yes,
especially to get the awareness for breast cancer, right?
yes.
Together with it's a collaboration of the Breast Cancer Women Awareness Society. I hope I got that
Yes.
right. But
Breast Cancer Welfare Association.
okay, maybe you can let us a little bit know a little bit more about that initiative and what it was about, and also how you came up with that initiative. Because I really think we should spend some time talking about that topic.
But after moving from Grand Millennium to New Body, actually, that again, I would say this, it's again the one of those things when everything is aligned, and yeah, so I actually invited a New Body, the brand, to be a part of one of the projects in Grand Millennium at that time, and so obviously I was really lucky. The person I wanted to meet was also the founder of the company, and we clicked instantly, and she basically told me, if you ever want to jump ship, please, there's a place for you in my company. So that's what happened. So when I decided to jump ship, I straight away called her. I'm like, so is it still available? you know and yeah, so then I've been in the company ever since, for 5 years, and after that I just decided to start Mênê by myself. So one of the great things about working with Neubodi was I had the privilege to work directly with the founder. So she was literally just beside me, like we had a glass wall, and she would just knock on the glass on, knock, 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 knock. Okay, Anushya, come over, I need to speak to you, So it
Yeah.
was literally like that. I really loved the working environment. It was really great for me to try on all my creative process. Any new marketing strategy, I could bounce it off with her, and if she gives me the green light, we go ahead with it. So one of the things that we decided to do is, as a homegrown brand, so New Body is a homegrown brand, but we obviously benchmark ourselves against international brand because we want to grow, right? So one of the things we brought up was, it would be good if the company can be more conscious, socially conscious. So we proposed to start a CSR project by ourselves, because I couldn't find any other CSR program that would work well with the brand, and decided, why don't we just start ourselves? We were so green then when we started
Yeah.
it, and so passionate. I would never forget just working with my team, just figuring out how to get it done, and each of us are scratching off names for collaborators one by one. We were denied and denied until we had, Breast Cancer Welfare Association, and we have been with them. When I was with New Body, then we have been with them until 5 years. Moving forward, I'm not too sure what the company has done thus far. I do know the campaign is still being run, but probably now they have different partners. But one of my proudest moment with the company was by the end of my term with the company. We were very proud to say that no bras go to waste, meaning none of the bras that goes through New Body ever see the daylight of a landfill. So we have actually two bins when we start the campaigns in all the retail stores, whereby one bin will be for the recycling and one bin will to be refurbished and sewn or laundered. So it will be sent over to countries that has who has a bigger second-hand market, that needs all these items. And one of the great things then, for us, was it was really amazing that bras in these countries were luxury. So anyone who runs a second-hand market, a second-hand store within the market, they make 5 times the income by selling a piece of bra rather than selling a piece of shoe or a shirt. So obviously it'll be a lot more easier for this and we were working with a lot of single moms back then. So it was a lot easier for her to actually make fast money and then, close the shop and go home. And, we assume that secondhand market is like our market here where it's nice and sheltered. Some of these moms stand under hot sun every single day. So that was the great thing. So by the 5th year, we had PCWA as our partners. We had other sponsors who were supporting the campaign, and also we had a very good strategic partner where it came to recycling. We had Lifeline Clothing. It's a textile factory in Port Klang. It's an Australian-based company, but they have a factory in Port Klang. So what happened is those bras that could not be saved will be sent to them, and they recycle it and make it into fuel to generate power factories. So we know for sure none of these bras that goes through Neubodi will ever see the daylight of any landfill. So that is something that we were really proud of. Yeah, that was our 5th year in the campaign. That was our milestone. Yeah. So for me, it was really a proud thing for us. Yeah.
You said most of these secondhand bras will go to like Myanmar. Was that correct? Or?
Yeah, we went to Laos, went to Thailand, I went to Nepal. Thailand, Nepal at the time. Yeah, these few countries.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. The initiative still existing. I mean, people can still donate or give back their bras that they don't use anymore.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. That's awesome. Yeah, maybe later you let me know how to do that or where to do that. I can put it in the video also, so people know about it. And again, as you said, don't waste any bras because
I think right now, because on the pandemic, I'm sure the stores are not open, but I do know they are very active online. So if you would like to donate, you can just connect with them, and they will be able to assist you and tell you where to send the items. Yeah.
Awesome. Beautiful. Yeah. I know, again, you do a lot in this area, a lot of voluntary work for these organizations. But besides that, you mentioned it before, you started to create your own businesses. Mênê fashion, I always have to be careful because interestingly, it has like this two accents. On the name. What is the background of that, and how do I pronounce this name correctly?
Okay. So when you start a company and you start your own company, you always want it to resemble you, and obviously because I'm also a certified image consultant, right? So I always practice color psychology, and I've always loved purple color. So and purple always makes me happy and calm. So if you want to make me instantly happy, just send me something purple, but just not a purple teddy bear, please. Not a purple teddy bear.
I saw one video you had purple hair.
Yes. That was my proudest moment. And my younger sister, she was like, "You look like Barney."
Okay, sorry, interrupted. Happy. I just had that in mind. It's like,
I like purple. So obviously my logo is like purplish blue and whatnot. And so when it came to creating the name, so I love Greek mythology. So I was reading about it and I realized one of the things about Mênê, it basically resembles my date of birth, my time of birth and everything. So it's actually part of a moon that was birth. That same date, same time, same day.
Mm-hmm.
So when I came into the world, this moon also came into the world. So I was like, oh my Lord, this is my name. So yeah. So then I said, okay, Mom, I'm going to do this. I want to name this company Mênê. And she's like, what is this MENE? Mini? What kind of company calls Mini, I was like, no, Ma, it's called Mênê. You pronounce it as MENAY. She's like, oh, it sounds like money. Okay, go register now, go. That's it.
Convince the Chinese mom, right?
My mom approved it. She's like, oh, go, sounds like money. Go, register it now before someone takes it. Yeah, go. Yeah. Yeah, so it stuck with me and I really like it. And I like this. You say we have this conversation. If you don't like my face, at least we'll talk about what is this name? How do you pronounce it? So it's a good conversational piece.
It's a good icebreaker. So
yeah, I know. Yeah.
So Mênê fashion, that's what you started.
Yes.
I read it's custom made prom dresses and design costume for school plays.
Yes. Yes.
Tell me more about that.
Okay, so I started Mênê fashion way before I even graduated, because I was working when I was in Lim Kok Wing, I was working as an ambassador in Lim Kok Wing. So we had it's something like student council, but not really, because we are pretty much like the bridge between the students and the marketing department. So we work with the marketing department. So that's where I earn extra cash so I can buy my first DSLR camera and whatnot. Yeah. So then I decided to start making garment pieces for practice, and then so I have always enjoyed corsets because my mom told me so fashion pretty much my mom stamped the fashion on me, and my mom's sister, my auntie, taught me the basics of sewing. So she always said, like, corsets is not for men, it's for women. Yeah. Don't get misguided. So it's most important when you wear a corset, you have to be comfortable. Same thing with the bra and whatnot. It has to be comfortable. So one of the things that she always grumbling was the corsets in this industries are so uncomfortable. It's not designed for us. So for me, I was always tricking and trying to figure out how to design proper corsets. So I was testing different cuttings and different designs. So I would do this for extra money when people ask for prom dresses, for evening gowns. I would do that. Yeah. So that was like my extra income while I practiced making dresses. Yeah.
Mhm.
So then even after I graduated and I was working, I would still have this custom made of services on the side. So if anybody wants for weddings, and one of the things is because I'm Chinese and I'm mixed Chinese and Indian, right? So I've always loved saris, but I never understood why, because the sari box are so short. Sometimes you have like little spare tires coming out, and I mean, like, you don't want to start covering it, and you have such a beautiful cloth all around you. Why do you have to worry about that extra thing? So I was trying to figure out how to design sari blouses that would start, trimming the waist, and then at least you're comfortable, so you don't have to keep tugging on your saris to hide. So that's what I did, and it eventually became like a collection over and over again.
Nice. Okay, great,
Yeah,
great. So finally, you can
yeah.
live your passion, right? That you had, do
Yeah.
your own things, be your own boss. While this is
Yes.
for sure also not simple, not easy. But
Yes.
besides the fashion, then later in 2018, you add another company, also Mênê Consulting this time.
Consulting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there you move more into the marketing part. So it looks like
Yes.
everything that you did in the past now comes together, owning two companies,
Yeah.
one more into fashion, one more into marketing.
Yes, marketing and PR. So then I started Mênê Consulting. So that's pretty much focusing on PR, marketing, and business activation. So it's like a trifecta plan for any new startups or any new business if they need services. Yeah, so that's pretty much all the experience I have down the years of doing marketing for companies and whatnot. So I'm pretty much doing for other companies. Now I'm doing it for myself to help other companies.
Yeah.
So it's also something I really enjoy. So it just works very well. And
Mhm.
I thank the marketing director. His name is Adi. So Adi, if it wasn't for Adi, I wouldn't be here today, to be honest. I wouldn't be able
Nice.
to delve into marketing and PR.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So how do you fit the two companies under one umbrella? Like how do you
Well,
can
I
make
mean, I
sure that
always had this dream. I have this conversation with my friend. We were also classmates when we were in uni days. Is that fashion feeds your soul, but it doesn't really fill up your pocket.
is that the
Yeah,
case? Is that true?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, maybe because I choose a very different way of seeing fashion. So yeah, I like I told you, because I grew up with a mom who was very practical, right? So if you're gonna design, don't design for women can only walk in the catwalk. You have to design for all of us. And if you can't do that, then don't design. You're not doing any of us justice. You're just making everybody feel more conscious about their body. And please don't make us feel more insecure anymore. Don't contribute to this. And I'm like, all right. So 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 for me it was then for me it was drilled into me that fashion had to be practical. It had to work for everyday women, and so that's what happened. So that's what happened when I came up with Mênê Fashion. And it was all about if I could custom make to fit your fit so you don't feel uncomfortable, finding the right fabrics. And eventually right now I'm trying to reduce waste, so I'm looking for fabrics that are recycled, so things like that. But my end dream is basically to create Mênê as like an umbrella company where you have a fashion brand, a consulting firm, and a lifestyle.
Okay.
So that would be my dream.
Lifestyle is the next
Yeah.
thing to come then.
Yes, yes, yeah. I mean, lifestyle meaning not the glam side of things. I don't know. I like I was briefly, before we started this, we were talking about how the pandemic has really made me and my husband personally realize we need to live more in the present. Yeah. I think we get so distracted, or we were so focused on chasing the dream, and just chasing whatever we were hustling. We were constantly hustling, right? To because we always had the end game. Get by 35 we have to do this, and then by 40 we have to do this, and by 45 we need to retire. Done. So we had all these plans, right? And then you have your what was it, like your bucket list. You have to travel and you do all these things. So we had all these plans, and when the pandemic came, it just stopped us dead in our tracks, right?
Mhm.
And and at that time, I just had a newborn baby. So
Yeah.
for me, it was, and then my husband said, I need to go online. I have to go to work. So how are you going to manage the baby and run the business? I said, then I remembered my favorite time. I'll wing it. I'll figure it out. I'll wing it. You just
Mhm.
go and do your meetings.
Mhm.
And yeah. So but that, but going through that year, that whole 2020, 2019, 2020, now 2021. What made me realize is I have to constantly live in the present. So I need to stop and take a breather. If I make a mistake, I need to be empathetic. I need to be kinder to myself. So then we reassess what were our priorities. So we removed a lot of things that we don't need, and then we just work with what we have, and we just roll from here. So that's the same thing when it came to, if I eventually were to continue my dream with Mênê lifestyle, it was to be a more socially conscious lifestyle. Meaning, whatever we do, we remember that to be present. So most of the time we say, oh, we don't have enough. And I realize actually we have a lot to share if we
Mhm.
consider to take a break and look at what we have. So that's what we are trying to do. And hopefully, one day I can create that whole synergy with Mênê lifestyle. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so doing MCO, like I was telling you, I already have so much on my plate. I don't know why I think we can do it. I had conversation with really close girlfriends, and we had things we were planning and had to stop because of the pandemic. And we decided to start a company called 3R, Revive, Refit, Renew. And that is basically a socially conscious company.
Wow. Okay. 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 That's
Yeah,
great
yeah.
to is that like the first time you announced that new idea or the new company coming?
Yeah, we I mean, I don't announce it in open, but basically this is what we have
Now it's
done.
kind
We
of
started
open,
it.
huh? It's kind
Yeah,
of
now it's
open now.
open. Now it's open. Yeah. So me and two other partners, two ladies. Yeah, amazing ladies. Yeah, we're such different women, very different women in different phase of our life. And it's amazing how we came together and decided to, like, we talk about doing something, and now the pandemic has stopped us from doing so. Are we going to stop and not do anything
Mhm.
and wait
Mhm.
until it's over, or what? It doesn't look like it's going to be over anytime soon, right? So we're like,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So let's just do it, launch it, register the company, go online, do something, and kickstart it. And yeah,
Oh,
that's basically what we did. We just do it. That was our motto, I think, in 2020. Just do it, just do it, just do it, just do it,
just do it.
just do it.
Okay, you cannot use the
I cannot use
slogan.
that
Yeah, of
ripping off
course
from
not.
Nike, right?
But I think it's still a good thing to do. I
Yeah,
mean, yeah.
exactly.
Often we see that, right? There's too much discussion, too much preparation, right? Instead of just
Mm,
doing it and see how what is the outcome and what we can do from it. So I really like that,
yeah.
and it's great to
I
see.
mean, we didn't aimlessly just do it. I mean, just jump into it. We had plans, and we knew
Hmm.
what were our talents, and the three of us kind of complement each other. So we knew what we can and cannot do. And also the other reason why we didn't want to announce what we were doing was we ourselves want to start off small and try small projects and see whether it works. And we also want to evaluate and do case studies later for ourselves, like a post-mortem, what we have done, what we could do better. Can we
Hmm.
can we duplicate it? Can we multiply this and whatnot? So from then until today, we are very happy to say that all these mini projects we have done thus far has shined some light on some of these women
Yeah.
that we have worked with. So obviously right now we are working with a lot of women, but because the three of us are women.
Yeah.
But yeah. But anyway, eventually, we're hoping to connect with other. But right now, I think what will happen is a lot of these women organizations are more attracted to what we are doing, so we get offers from them, and we are very very thankful that they gave us the confidence to run programs for them. So that's what we do. So the three of us are actually HRDF certified trainers. So we run a lot of these kind of programs for them, depending on what the organization needs from us. Then we duplicate the program, we create it for them, and see how it works with the ladies they work with. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Another great initiative. You have done so many, and I'm sure there's many more to come. I'm convinced by that. The time is running fast.
Oh wow.
I probably had a lot more question on this, but well, I would like to thank you first of all for sharing your experience and your journey also, and above all, like thank you also for all that you do in this CSR area.
Yes.
Please don't forget to not throw your bras. I think that's an important
Yes. That is one of the most active program right now. I mean, the
yeah.
ones that I've done thus far.
That's why
But
I
yeah,
wanted to mention it
please,
again. It's
yeah,
important.
yeah,
Yeah, we will figure
yeah.
out how to communicate where to bring or where to bring back these bras, so they do a really good cause. Feel free to reach out to Anushya, connect with her, to support
Yes.
her on all these projects. I think it's an
Yes.
important one.
Yeah, I
Anything
think it's
else?
important. I think it's important for us to just see what we can do for our our community, right? And we don't have to do big. We can start small. And I remember earlier on, I was telling you one of the things that I learned from my parents were she just threw me this Little Women book, So one of the things during Christmas, even though they have so much food, they don't have so much. They already have very little. They will still have enough to share. So that's the same take I do with the CSR programs or any of the initiative that we do. So for us right now, it's the same thing. So if I were to start any program, what we do is the core is right now, from now 2021, 10 years from now, is to create any programs that don't create waste anymore. And instead of it just being sustainable, we should actually try to create an economy that's circular. So if we can actually start doing business plans with zero waste. So that is my end game at the end of the day, to see how we can use tech and this business system and create zero waste for the next 10 years.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I leave it
Yeah.
as the last words for today. Thank you so much, Anusha, for your time. I know you're so busy doing all this stuff, so I really appreciate you find
Thank you for
time.
having me, Patrick. Thank you. Thank
Sure,
you.
it's no thing. Thanks a lot, and thanks to the audience for watching, listening to this episode. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to reach out to Anushya to support her initiatives, and then
Yay.
I see you next time for another episode of Pat's
All
Chat.
right.
Thanks. Have a great day.
Bye.